I believe something about you, not the version of you that people see, not the one that smiles, scrolls, procrastinates, makes excuses. I'm talking about the version of you that shows up at 2 a.m. when it's quiet, when it's dark, when there's no one to impress. That version of you knows. He knows you're capable of more. He knows you've been playing small. He knows you're not even close to your ceiling. And the scary part, he also knows most men never become who they were meant to be. They die with potential still inside them. They take their discipline, their strength, their ideas, their leadership to the grave, not because they lack talent, not because they lacked opportunity, but because they chose comfort. Let me ask you something real. When you look at your life right now, are you proud? Are you proud of your body, your bank account, your habits, your circle, your discipline? Or are you just good enough because good enough feels safe, it feels warm, it feels reasonable, and it is killing you? Good enough is the graveyard of greatness. It's where men go to slowly die while pretending they're alive. You wake up, go through the motions, do just enough, distract yourself, sleep, repeat, alive, but not living. Here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. You already know what you need to do. You know you need to wake up earlier. You know you need to train harder. You know you need to stop eating garbage. You know you need to cut the distractions. You know you need to stop hanging around people who are going nowhere. You know, so why aren't you doing it? Because it's uncomfortable. Because your brain wants comfort. It wants easy. It wants scrolling. It wants dopamine. It wants dopamine. It wants rest disguised as avoidance. But comfort is a slow death. Every day you choose comfort over growth. You are choosing to stay the same man. And the days are passing anyway. The clock doesn't care about your feelings. Time doesn't pause because you're tired. The sun rises whether you showed up yesterday or not. So the real question is, what are you going to do with the time you have left? Let's talk about the man you're meant to be. He exists. He's not a fantasy. He's not some motivational poster version of you. He's the version of you that does what needs to be done. Period. He doesn't negotiate with excuses. He doesn't wait for motivation. He doesn't need perfect conditions. He understands something most men never understand. Feelings follow action, not the other way around. You're waiting to feel ready, ready to start the business, ready to fix your body, ready to take control, ready to lead. You will never feel ready. You act first. Confidence comes later. You say you want to win. You say you want to build something. You say you want to change your family's trajectory. Then go all in, no halfway. No, I'll start Monday. No backup plan for your comfort. Most men want transformation without sacrifice. They want the body without the pain, the respect without the discipline, the wealth without the grind. That's not how this works. Everything you want has a price tag. Strength, pain in the gym, respect, keeping your word when nobody's watching, wealth, years of sacrifice and consistency, leadership, responsibility when it's heavy. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you pay for. And here's another truth. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not the system, not some magical opportunity. You are the rescue mission. When it's late and you're tired and you want to quit, that's the moment that defines you. That's when you either break or rebuild. And sometimes to rebuild you have to break first. You want change. Then understand this. nothing transforms without falling apart. The seed has to crack open. The old identity has to die. The comfortable version of you has to be destroyed. You cannot become the man you're meant to be while protecting the boy you used to be. Breaking means admitting you're undisciplined, admitting you've wasted time, admitting you've been lying to yourself. It hurts. But pain is the chisel. Pain is the fire. Pain is the fire. Pain is proof that you're finally doing something that matters. Let's talk about time. How much more are you going to waste? Another year, another 5, another decade. 5 years ago, you had goals. You said you were going to change. And here you are, maybe slightly older, maybe slightly more tired, but fundamentally the same. If you don't change now, you never will. Not because you can't, because you won't. Change doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you decide that enough is enough. When you draw the line and say, I refuse to live like this anymore. Let me make this simple. The difference between the man you are and the man you're meant to be is discipline. Discipline is keeping the promises you make to yourself. You say you'll wake up at 5. Wake up, you say you'll train. Train, you say you'll work on your craft. Work. No negotiations, no emotional debates. No, I don't feel like it. Because every time you break a promise to yourself, you teach your brain that your word means nothing. And a man who can't trust himself can't lead anyone. You want respect. Become reliable. You want power. Become disciplined. You want confidence. Build self-respect. And self-respect is built in the dark. When nobody's clapping, when nobody's watching, when it's just you and the work. Winning doesn't happen on stage. It happens at 5 a.m. It happens when you're exhausted. It happens when your brain screams, stop, and you say no. That's where champions are built. Let me ask you something deeper. If your family needed a pillar right now, strength, stability, leadership, are you that man, or are you another burden they have to carry? Your family is looking for you. They're looking for the one who stands firm when things get hard. This is not just about aesthetics. This is not just about money. This is about becoming the man people can lean on. Life is going to test you. That's guaranteed. The only question is, do you break under pressure, or do you build strength through it? Here's the reality. Nobody cares about your excuses. Everyone is fighting their own battle. The world doesn't stop because you're tired. You either show up or you get left behind. That's not cruelty. That's reality. And once you accept that, you become dangerous because you stop waiting for sympathy. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You move. Now, be obsessed, not balanced. Obsessed. Balance is for people trying to stay average. Greatness requires obsession. You cannot be half in. You're either committed, or you're just interested. Interested men show up when it's convenient. Committed men show up no matter what. Which one are you? Let's end this the way it needs to end. The man you're meant to be is not built in comfort. He's built in sacrifice, in discipline, in isolation, in pain, in repetition. He's built when you stop saying tomorrow. He's built when you stop settling for good enough. He's built when you stop waiting for change and force it. You don't need more motivation. You need a decision, a line in the sand. Everything before this moment, irrelevant. Everything after this moment, intentional. Become the man you are meant to be, not someday. Not when you feel ready, now, because 5 years from now, you're either going to thank yourself or you're going to hate yourself. And that choice, it's being made today.